Trump ratchets up attacks on judge and prosecutor ahead of hush money trial. Ex-president calls New York criminal case due go to court on Monday. A communist show trial. In final rally before New York trial, Trump again casts himself as political victim. Campaigning in Pennsylvania on Saturday, Donald J. Trump once more falsely asserted that his criminal charges were an attempt by Democrats to keep him from the White House. Donald Trump again slammed the judge overseeing his first criminal trial during a rally in Pennsylvania. His comments that portend a rough and tumble several weeks ahead as the former president gears up for court. A defiant Donald Trump continued to attack the prosecutor, judge and a key witness in the New York hush money criminal trial against him. A signal that the former president will continue to embrace bombast as jury selection in the case begins on Monday. Trump described what will be the first criminal trial against a former U.S. president as a communist show trial during a rally in Schnecksville, Pennsylvania, on Saturday. He also described his indictment as a badge of honor and cast himself as a martyr for his supporters. "I'm proud to do it for you," he said. On Monday in New York City, "I will be forced to sit, fully gagged," he added. Trump faces 34 felony counts of falsifying business records in connection to a $130,000 payment he made in 2016 to Stormy Daniels, an adult film star, to keep quiet about an alleged affair. The charges were filed last year by Alvin Bragg, the Manhattan District Attorney. Despite his legal travails, Trump is the almost certain Republican presidential nominee for the November presidential election. Polling between Trump and Joe Biden is close, with Trump regularly showing a narrow lead in head-to-head surveys and performing strongly in key swing states. As he often does, Mr. Trump, the presumptive Republican presidential nominee, cast himself as a victim of political persecution who is protecting his followers from a similar fate. "I'm proud to do it for you," he said of going on trial, speaking to a large crowd of his supporters who had waited for hours before gathering in a windswept field in Schnecksville, PA. "Have a good time watching. There will not be television cameras in the courtroom." But Mr. Trump has sometimes held news conferences after his court dates, using them as an extension of the campaign trail, and he is expected to continue holding rallies on weekends, as he has for months. Mr. Trump's rally on Saturday began as Iran was launching an aerial attack on Israel in retaliation for a deadly Israeli airstrike 2 weeks ago. The former president, who often portrays himself as Israel's staunchest ally, offered prayers and support for the country. Then, as he often does, Mr. Trump effectively blamed Mr. Biden for the conflict in Gaza and insisted it would not have happened if he had won in 2020. "They're under attack right now," Mr. Trump said of Israel. "That's because we show great weakness." Several minutes later, members of the crowd began chanting, "Genocide Joe," a phrase more commonly associated with progressives protesting Mr. Biden's support for Israel's war in Gaza. Mr. Trump has repeatedly said that he backed Israel's right to defend itself after a Hamas-led attack on October 7. But, as the chants died down, he seemed to agree with them. "They're not wrong," he said.